Welcome back to the summer shade house of my green pets. These are my green pets. They are orchids. And today we are going to look at the orchid genus that I seem to have the most of. Somehow this happened. These are the slipper type orchids. Alright, these are the Cypripediums. These are the Paphiopedilums. These are the Phragmipediums. These are all orchids that have a slipper-shaped flower. And I've just got a little lineup of them here. I've got, I guess, 13 or 14 of them, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time with each one of them, but just talk about them in general. You have different types of slipper orchids. This is a Paphiopedilum, and this is kind of a forest floor dwelling orchid, and it has this really kind of interesting, pretty foliage that kind of mimics the dappling of light that occurs on the forest floor. Maybe it's kind of camouflaged to hide the plant. Maybe it helps it to absorb light. I don't really know. But it does very nice. This plant has a very predictable and nice growing habit. If you want to try slipper orchids, one of the Maudiae-type orchids, it's going to help you a lot. It's going to be easier to grow. Because they just, basically they put out a new set of leaves, like this. See this new growth here? They put out a new set of leaves. When it matures, it opens up and boom. I don't know if you can see in there, but it will send a bud, a bloom out of that. It just grows and blooms and grows and blooms and grows and blooms. And the flowers last for several weeks, if not months. So they're really rewarding and easy plants to grow. Okay, so I've got several different types. This is a species. This is a villosum. This is a magic lantern. What a wonderful name, right? It's a puffy pink paph. This is Annabellchen, German name for little Annabelle. This is gratrixianum. This is a species. This is callosum. This is also a species of Paphiopedilum. I'm not sure if you can tell, but this plant is a hybrid made up of, this is one of the parents of this hybrid, and you can see maybe some of the similarity. Of course, this one's a lot older than this one. This is just a baby. Then we have different types of slipper orchids. These are all in the multifloral category, Polyantha. I think it's Polyantha. And so that means that each one of these are all hybrids, and this is a species. This is a rothschildianum, which is the largest slipper orchid species, and or rothschildianum, or whatever you call it. Anyway, basically the idea is that these things, when they bloom, they put off more than one flower, and this one's done, but you can see where the flowers were. And they are really, wow, they're spectacular. Some of them have petals that are like 3 feet long, so they just trail off the plant. I mean, they're just kind of captivating, really. So those are really interesting. They like lots of water, and they like shady light. And I have one more slipper orchid over here, and this is a Phragmipedium from Central America. But this is actually a hybrid of two species. It's called Phragmipedium Grande. And I don't know why they called it that. Maybe it's because it's really big. But this is an American slipper, or we could say Western Hemisphere slipper orchid, whereas the other ones are Asian slipper orchids. And this guy will send out a big spike like this, and then it'll have sequentially blooming flowers that come off of it, and it has long trailing petals as well. I've never seen this one bloom. This is a division that I got last year. And this new growth has come up just in the past few months. I'm really impressed with how fast this grows as opposed to the Asian slipper orchids that are super slow. And then it's got a new growth coming up down there too, so that's pretty exciting. So I have one more slipper orchid inside that's in bloom right now. My plants that are in bloom, I typically keep them indoors because, I mean, if a plant's in bloom and you leave it outside, the bugs are going to eat it. They're just going to eat it, you know. The bugs love to eat flowers. So whenever I have a plant that looks like it's getting ready to bloom, I'll leave it outside as long as the bud is developing, but once it gets to a certain point, I'll go ahead and pour some insecticide all over it to kill whatever's living in the pot, and then take it inside and let it bloom indoors so that it can be enjoyed without the watching the flower deteriorate and from rain and sun and wind and bugs. So let's look at the one that I've got inside, and that will be it for this segment. Okay, this is the only slipper orchid that I have in bloom at the moment. I apologize for the lighting. Backlighting's not so great. This is Paphiopedilum. It's a hybrid. The hybrid name is Prime Child. It's a cross between Primulinum and Rothschildianum. So it kind of has more characteristics of the Rothschildianum than it does the Primulinum. But anyway, it's really big. Look how big the flowers are compared to my hand. You know, they're about 8 inches across, and there were 3. That one just dropped off a couple days ago. But it is a really kind of just impressive looking slipper orchid, and really look forward to that blooming every year. It started sending up this spike in, I guess, May, and it finally bloomed in June. And this one just opened up in the middle of July, so it's probably got another couple weeks. The flowers typically last about 5 weeks at least. If they're kept in cooler, more humid conditions, I think they would last for more than 5 weeks. But it's warm and a little bit dry in here, so they don't quite last as long. All right, so those are the slipper orchids. I hope you enjoyed, and please join us again next time. My green pets. Hasta luego. See you later. Bye.